Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we'll be taking a look at a brand new modern slip joint knife from Twisted Assisted. Now this was designed in-house and is exclusive to Twisted Assisted only. See, we have their logo on this little poker chip here, one of the bits of EDC gear they offer on their website. But this is what we're looking at today. It's the Atlas. As I mentioned, designed in-house, exclusively for Twisted Assisted. Now this is a prototype I have here. It's not yet available. You are able to pre-order it though on the Twisted Assisted website, and you do get a nice little 20% discount if you pre-order it early. I will put links to the descriptions in that below, but we'll take a look at the specs of the knife to start with. So we've got a 4.3 inch closed length on the handle. James mentioned that he made a little bit oversized just to make it really comfortable in the hand. It'll fit most hands, decent grips, and you're not going to be concerned about it being too small for some people. But he also kept in mind that he didn't want to make it too large for people with smaller hands. You can see on this prototype example here, I have the fully blacked out version, and we have a PVD coated blade, spring, liners, pocket clip, the whole works. So it is 100% blacked out. We have black G10, and you can see the contouring on this where James has gone to lengths to make it comfortable in the hand. And I mean, it goes without saying, this thing is machined perfectly. There is no sharp corners, no sharp edges at all. I can't find a single fault with this. It's built immaculately. Honestly, everything down to the tip of the pocket clip, the thumb studs, sometimes the tang is actually covered with this modern style design. And that does remind me of kind of a copperhead of a traditional knife at the top, where you have the tang of the knife is actually covered by the bolster, stopping it catching on pockets. But modern construction, so we have T6 hardware on this. So you've got two T6s here and a T6 pivot. And on the back of the knife, you have again T6, 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 and then two T6s holding on the pocket clip. Now the pocket clip is ambidextrous, left and right hand carry, but tip up only. And every knife does come with this blanking tab, so you're able to cover off the recess, which would be from the pocket clip. Now that recess was designed so that there was no anything to catch your pockets really when you put it in a pocket. You can see it's nice and smooth there. You can't even see the screws when I hold it up this way, so there's no way that's going to get hung up or caught on anything. You can see how far the blade comes down in the handle here. So you've got this little bit of extra on the end. We have what we're calling the twisted thumb studs. Nice design. They keep in line with the handle, so they're not sticking out either side, which is nice to see. I know some modern knives have them when they're so big they stick out, but fantastic job with this. But let's take a look at the blade. So there is no half stop on this. It's a nice smooth action, and that's done by having bearings as well as a spring. I don't know if you can see those just in there, the brass shining through. So we have bearings on this, a really nice snap on the open. Not a super heavy pull, we're about 5.5 and it gets to about a 6 up here. So we have the Twisted Assisted logo on the blade, on this black PVD coated blade. Now the blade steel they've gone for with these is 14C28N, and I mean, you can see the edge on there. This thing is scary sharp all the way to the tip, and a really nice point on this one as well. See the blade stock as well, nice thick chunky blade stock with this flat grind. Relatively thin behind the edge too, which is really nice to see. Sharpening choil and returning. I don't know if any of you guys have had the Junzi, but this was a Beztech design, which James at Twisted Assisted sort of made a UK legal version of. You can see we've got this forward finger choil here, which made it really comfortable in the hand. And that is returning on the Atlas, which is great to see. So that's one of the things that made it, the Junzi, so good, is that the safety with it. When your finger is in that forward finger choil, there is no way this thing is closing on you. It's impossible. And even when your hand's back here, look how far away that blade is if it breaks on you, the spring breaks on you. There's no chance of this thing cutting you unless you're doing something really stupid with it. I would also recommend the Junzi, it's fantastic. One of my favourite moderns. Blade length then, we have a tip to tang blade length of under that 3-inch mark. So we have 1, 2, we're calling that 2.9 inches full tip to tang, but then the cutting edge is way within that UK limit. We're looking at 1 to pretty much bang on 2.5 inches, 2.55 maybe, if you just sort of, you can see it's just a hair over up here. And I actually really like that James has just put his logo on the front and then nothing on the back, so it's nice and plain. There's not too much billboarding, not too oversized on the branding either of the knife. See, it meets up perfectly with the back springs as well. I'm actually really impressed with this thing. Now, there are several handle option materials for this. So I've actually pre-ordered one with the Stonewash blade and the same micarta which I have on the Junzi here. I'm a big micarta fan and I love the grip it gives. But you are also able to get a Stonewash blade or a black blade with either tan, black, pink or OD green G10, or you can have a natural micarta or a black micarta. So the G10s are retailing for about $39.99 currently with that 20% off, and the micarta is $44.99. Now James will ship these internationally if any of the guys over the pond are interested in this, but I really do think you should check this out. It's a fantastic UK legal knife. We've got thumb studs. You can open with an easy roll, and one of the things I love that James did, he also did it with the Junzi. You can actually flick this thing out. So anyone that likes the sort of the quick action, maybe you want the action you would get with a locking knife, but you can only carry a slip joint like we can here in the UK, you can definitely do that with this. This thing absolutely fires out. Really comfortable on the hand. You can see I've not got the largest hands. It doesn't stick out too far. Nice lanyard hole for the lanyard guys on there as well. It's out the way of the blade, miles out the way. We have a deep-ish carry pocket clip. Now, normally I would like the pocket clip to extend over the end of the knife, but you can see with the Junzi, it was sort of a bit awkward towards the end where it was up here to an angle, but I love this one. The lanyard hole is right above the pocket clip, so I can have that exposed and pull it out of my pocket. So, the twisted assisted in-house designed Atlas. For me, it's a no-brainer. If you want to pick this up, it's fantastic. I can't wait for the release of these. We're looking at late July currently. Make sure you check out James on the Twisted Assisted website. Get your pre-orders in if you wish to pick one up. I really do recommend it. I think it's going to be another superb hit. Really hope you enjoyed this review of the Twisted Assisted Atlas. Please be sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.